Good afternoon and welcome to Copper Coins Coin Roll Hunt Reveal E540, a 1955P. Original roll. It's in foil in a tube. We will let a few people enter and we will get this rolling. Temperature is now 76 and mostly sunny here. Supposed to go down into the high 30s tonight here. Oh, the humanity. What am I going to do? Guess I'm going to dress in layers again. Frank, welcome. Rip the top off. All right. Let's see what we can find. Let me get my cheat sheets to the right pages. See what we have for double die obverses. We got the big ones. Don't count on finding those. Then we've got one that shows on class 6, fat. All right. Then we've got this one that's class 6 coupled with 1DR1. Let's see what the double, okay, I remember that one. Then we've got some doubled eyelids. Pretty good one there. So a lot, it seems to be a lot of double die obverses. One double die reverse. So let me get my other page to double die reverse. One, two, three. Oh, so there's three of them, but they're all the same. So we will keep track of die pairs. John Murch, Nana, DW. This is current. Welcome to the show. And our first coin. Not bad. $802 and $803. Nice. That's pretty awesome. All right, let's see if this is one of our doubled eyelids. Not that one. Could be that one. Let me go over to John Wexler's site. Check, see what he's got. Oh, he's got a ton that aren't up yet. It's not that or that or that. Oh, he's got, not that one. Not that one. Is there more? Nope. All right, I don't see it, so we're going to find a marker. Let me look at that with the could be a die scratch. I am still going to hold it and study it. I think that is a die scratch. See, hopefully find a bunch of them. All right, this goes here. And that one goes there. All right, back to the chat. Yeah, go ahead. Next coin. Who is this? I wouldn't mind watching it. We will look at reverses until I figure out the die pairs. Coin 3, Tim Weber. Got some machine doubling. Little die crack. There are a couple of double die reverses. Doubling is on the dots and in E pluribus. Next coin, crispy. Once you find one, Nana, the key is don't get rid of any dates that have common double dies. And if you think you found one, is that me or let's see here. Once you find one, you will most definitely be able to figure it out. It's like a light goes off. Huh, interesting. Let's see. Not that. That almost looks like a double die. Let's see what the reverse tells us. I'm going to have to look at this with my loop. I'm going to put that into revisit pile. Coin number 6, Michael. Yeah, me too. You got one yesterday. We can say it's for Christmas. Like I say, once you find it, it's kind of one of those aha moments. I know when I first found even RPMs, I kept saying this is an RPM, and everybody, oh, it's machine doubling. Oh, it's not an RPM. And then all of a sudden, let's see if this is the same as this one. I found one, and it's like, aha, definitely. I am not sure about that either. I'm going to hold that out and see if we find another one. I have a feeling this is a die scratch too. Next coin, Carl. Getting repeaters now. Yeah, once you see them, Nana, you can't unsee them. You'll see them all the time. You'll still see other stuff and think, wow, is that? But when you see them, and you'll know for sure usually. And most people that, over the years that I've seen come in this hobby, say basically that same thing. And the only way to actually get good at it is to do it. Is to keep looking at coins, look at your pocket change. Ooh, good question, DW. That is a very good question. Well, then she's been great. Got some machine doubling on this coin. Tomorrow I'll be doing a 61D roll. Would you agree with that, Dirty Water? Once you've seen them, found them, they're easier to find once you find your first one and know that you found it? This is the same die that Frank got earlier. Snowkeeper, welcome. Yeah, me too, DW. Struck through right there. Pretty cool. Like a bristle or a wire or something. Oh yeah, you know what? Me too. A lot of it can even be lighting. That's why I always revert back. I always preach. 2 methods of magnification. Always have 2 methods. So die clashing on this verse. Like when I do reveals, I use different lighting than when I do photography. The light is much closer to the coin when I do photography. When I do reveals, I lift the light up. It becomes a little less bright, but it covers more of the coin. That's the same die pair. So we will refrain from the reverse. Coin 17. Like I say, practice makes perfect too. Sit in a chair, get a light, get a loop, get a TV, get a cup of coffee. Chill out, watch some whatever you want to watch. A little bit of green toning on this one. This would be a Dan special. Coin 18, Nana. She gets the die that Frank got with the machine doubling. See, that is machine doubling. It takes away from the absolute dimension of the devices. So there is no doubt. I own a 7, 10, 14, and 20. And actually I own a couple of all of them except for the 7 and 20. I only own one of those. And I don't use the 7. I don't use the 20s. I use the 10. And if I'm in a hurry, I use the 14. And I use Bausch and Lomb. They're about $60 a piece. They're worth it. It's like, I don't know if you're familiar with hunting. Being from Alaska, you probably are. But it's like eye relief, optics on a scope. The better loop you get, the easier it'll be able to look through. If you're just starting, by all means, buy a cheap loop. Get a 10x triplet. Start with that. Get a scope. You can get one of the cheap endoscopes that go on your computer. Gives you 2 ways to look at the coins. 16. Well, the one Belomo I have is 15x, but you can't get Belomos in the United States anymore because they're made in Belarus. And when the Ukraine war started, actually they started disappearing when COVID started. But when Ukraine got attacked, all that kind of stuff dried up. There's still some on eBay. I think they're $40 a piece or so. But I like they're both great. It's actually really good. Bausch and Lomb is good. Schneider. These are hard to find though, and they get really pricey when you get into the Schneider and Eschen something. I don't remember how to say it. And there's another real well-known brand. That's right. That's funny. I like them. The Belomos are good, especially the 10Xs. They're like over an inch around, so they're big. So you got a lot of area to view through. But if you see this right here as a Bausch & Lomb 14X, I can just grab it and take a peek. If I'm searching coins, I usually search with a 10X, and it's a Bausch & Lomb, and it's about 3/4 of an inch across. All right, this right here, first one in the roll, that is dye deterioration, and this is what they call a poor man's double dye. You can't do the optical loops on the computer. I do see somebody, I think it's Ben the Coin Geek, and there's another guy that has the camera in the glasses, and when he looks through the loop at the coin, it shows, which is pretty cool. I would love to have that. Coin 24, crispy. Little die crack right on the eyelid. I knew it was getting warm up. My AC just clicked on for the first time in probably 3 days. And it smells like AC that hasn't ran for 3 days. That is the same one as coin number 7, I believe. It is. I still think it's a die scratch, but we're going to hold it out. It's funny because Jim got the last one. Kurt Pierce, welcome. Ooh, I had hot dogs yesterday. We made chili dogs yesterday. A lot of times it's just easier to send pictures, Frank. The videos are hard to keep up with when you're looking at a coin, especially when I'm looking on the phone. When you send them on my phone, it's too small. So I got to wait till I get back to the computer to look at them. And that's probably just old age. Old eyes. Kurt Pierce, just in time to see a coin. Yeah, picture is good. Now this, I believe, is the other one. Let me find. This had something. Ah, there's a good one. There's a good one. That one would be there. I don't see it. We're going to hold it out. It's definitely different than the one that Paul got, too. You see what it looks like under the loop. Oh yeah, this one. This is listed here. Let me look. That one is definitely more convincing than the other ones. Well, I'm not seeing it, but I'm holding it out. Let's see what we got on the next page. Yep, I'm holding it out for sure, because that could be the one. That's the one that has the most weight out of all three different die pairs. Hot dogs and mac and cheese. That sounds good. Sounds good. That's the one. Well, let's see if I can find something to link it. Oh, that had the thing on the R, didn't it? I just one scratch, one little crack. Let me find something that I can compare the other coin to. Wow, it is void. Oh, what's that? That is something. Oh, you know what? I think I saw. Remember that too. Is that this the one? Nope. What I'm seeing is right here, and I think it's a die scratch. I really do. Yeah, you can't see it with the loop. But I will re-examine them. Coin 29. There is one doubled eyelid that is quite convincing. That's die flow. Late die state. This probably, it is a poor man's doubled die, which is not a true doubled die. So don't try not to confuse that. Some people, like I have a couple in it. I have a couple that are real bad, but they're more for teaching tools than they are for me collecting them. Everybody should have one. Basically for that reason, 53 is also a good date to find them. Coin 31, carry. Hot dogs and mac and cheese. Now you got me thinking. I know we're having tacos for dinner, but what should I have for lunch? Of course, we got no hot dogs. We ate them yesterday. We are waiting for you to pull the big one out of this roll. You know, I always had heard that nobody ever found the big one in a roll, and then Brian Allen corrected me and said there was a fellow that lived in Hawaii that bought a bunch of bank wrapped rolls, and 8 of the rolls had them in it. I had always heard that you got them out of cigarette packs. That almost every one that was found in a cigarette pack as change. You'd put a dime in to get a pack of cigarettes, and they'd give you 2 pennies back. And I know that to be true, so that story is true, and multiple stories like that. But he told me, I asked him one day, I says, anybody ever found these roll hunting? And he says, actually, there's a well-documented case. He knew the fella's name. I think he's long passed, but I think he found over 80 of them in 8 rolls, which means they were in rolls, which means they were in circulation as far as that goes. But there was always a thing that they needed that the cigarette company had bought all of them. So that wasn't entirely true. But I'm waiting too, Doug, 'cause I don't have one. And I almost bought one 5 or 6 years ago. And I could kick myself. I have gotten the 60 small over large, yes. I've gotten that. I've pulled some good double dies out, but I've never gotten like a 69S, 55P. There's a die deterioration, poor man's double die again. I would love to, because now, being semi-retired, and they've just went nuts ever since COVID. I should have bought it. I had a chance to get one for $800, and I was like, that's too much money. And it was an AU-58. That's another one of the possibles. Let me look at that. Yeah, that's there. We've got 3 of these so far. We got Jim, and Crispy. Sure is minor. Oh, I want to. I would love to. I would love it to happen right now. We have pulled some good stuff. 47 DDO, that was really good. We've pulled some 49S DDOs, some more expensive double dies. But we have never pulled a 55, 69S, 70S. I think we pulled a 63D DDO1. It was late die state, but I'm pretty sure we did. Lots of FS listed coins we've pulled out of rolls. That 55P, I would love it, because I'll never have one. Only way I'll ever find an affordable one is to buy a harshly cleaned one, and it's still going to be more than I want to spend on a coin. I don't like buying coins in general. I buy rolls and search them. I like to find most of the coins that I have. So probably 90% of all the die varieties that I have found through searching rolls and searching change and searching stuff. 15 to 20% I have bought. Oh, it would be. I've watched people hunting like wheats and find 1909S, and then they send it in for grading and it comes back that it's counterfeit. I have a feeling people buy those and dump them into chains just to jerk people's chains around. And it seems like the counterfeit 55s that you see are all the off-center strikes. And it's like that same off-center strike don't happen more than one time. Here's our die with the die deterioration or die wear on it to make a poor man's double die. I would love to find a DDO number 2. That's a toughie, and it's not as valuable as DDO number 1. It's pretty impressive. And I do think something tells me we found one of those, a DDO number 2 in a roll. I myself have never found them. I'd say the best coin that I have found was it's hard to say. The 42p, I'm not sure which one it is. It's FS listed. I think it's DDO number 2. That's pretty good. And in 64, I mean, PCGS says it's worth about $3,000 in 64. So, oh, that's a dandy one to find. If you found one of those, you'll probably never find another one. That's one of those coins that when you find it, you're lucky. You ever had this happen, DW? When I look for a coin, I can't tell you how many coins that I've bought because I can't find it. I'm trying to fill holes, trying to get all the RPMs because I want a physical set. Because the best way, you can look at pictures and it's easy, but sometimes you got to have a coin to look for stuff. That's another one of the maybes. Coin 46. No, 55 penny cent. The problem with grading a 64, Frank, is it has to come back super high grade, or it's basically a waste of money. I mean, if it's something that you want to do just to do it, I would say have at it. But if it's something you are doing because you want to, of the value, I don't think you're going to find the value. I could be wrong though. Okay, it's hard to tell. 67 plus or higher probably would be worth having it graded. But remember, grading is subjective. Because you think it's 67 plus doesn't mean the person grading it's going to. But the only way to find out is ultimately do it. I just don't. I sent more coins in last year to be graded than I have in almost 20 years. That's one of the doubled eyelids. I still think that's a die scratch. That little carbon fleck is enough to go out. And the reason I think it is, see this die scratch basically comes right here. And I bet you if I turn it right and get the light right, there's another one that comes out right there. Well, when it comes to grading, Frank, grading from a picture, you got to have a really good picture. The important part, steps on the memorial. Make sure everything's fully struck. But yeah, go ahead and send it. I'll do my best. The worst I can say is I can't tell. I try not to buy too. The only reason I've been buying the last couple years, number one, I did this before I actually started working for Chuck. And I think I started in the end of 2020 or the beginning of 2021. I used to participate in the reveals, but I didn't buy any die varieties from anybody. Well, maybe a couple, but not much. I did everything through search and rolls. That's why I've got all the rolls I got, because when I did the coin, that's why I did my coin business, was to get inventory to search. And it was easy because no coin shop really wanted to buy it. And so they would just say, oh, I'll take it back to the bank. And my thought was, well, hell, I'll buy the good stuff and then I'll buy that stuff too and keep them from going to the bank. And it worked. I got a lot of stuff to look through. I could search every day, all day long for the rest of my life and never search through it all. So, but I want to thank everybody for joining. We got a possible double die obverse. I'm going to have to do more work on it. But I want to thank you for joining again. Tomorrow, we got, is this it? This is it right there. Oh, I wonder where I got that from. It says it came on eBay. I don't remember ever buying that. That is the roll for tomorrow. I hope to see everybody there. Also, reveal sale. Be doing it for 2 weeks. I'm not sure what rolls I'm going to do yet. I might do I think I got a 40p backdoor roll laying around here. Let me see if I can find it. That might be a good one for Christmas. But I hope to see y'all there. And if not, I will see everybody in the neighborhood. We'll talk to y'all later.